we focus on India Cements. It showed a marginal improvement in the first quarter if you look at it on a sequential basis, but year on year there was tepid growth that we saw. And Srinivasan, the Vice Chairman and Managing Director of India Cements, joins us now to discuss the outlook for the cement sector and what the company has done as well. Mr. Srinivasan, good morning, and thank you as always for joining us on the show. First, I just want to go over what your own company saw this quarter, which was a flat volume growth, at about 2.5 million tons. There was a bit of weakness that we saw in the demand of the Andhra Pradesh region. But going forward, sir, what is your expectation, as the bifurcation of the two states are complete and, Telangana has received a special status, do you think demand will pick up for the rest of the fiscal year?
Actually, we should first look at India as a whole and then come to the south. If we look at India as a whole, for the first quarter this year, as against the capacity, the total capacity in India is around 360 million tons. So you can say 90 million tons for the quarter. 70 million tons of dispatch took place. But out of this, about almost 48 million was from other than the south. The south, with the capacity of about 36 million tons, I think dispatched 22 million tons. But this 70 million represents 77% capacity utilization for the country as a whole. So the south worked around 60%, and the rest of India maybe 85% plus. Now, this is essentially the story of cement as we see it. Now, what does the future hold? The expectation is that with the new government, with the budget that has put emphasis on infrastructure, housing, all of which will improve cement consumption, and the fact that the two states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, we expect a lot of investment, particularly in the new capital for Andhra Pradesh, and then they have a lot of irrigation projects, the Polavaram project, etc. So all this is expected to result in improved cement consumption, although not immediately. I think at least 6 to 9 months later, we will see a smart pickup in demand. Overall, what augurs well is the fact that for the first quarter, India as a whole, there was much better growth than expected.
So, sir, if you had to quantify for us, just ballpark how much scope there is for the prices to rise further, what could the amount be?
See, this depends on local factors. Prices have, prices which had dropped. See, in fact, for the first quarter, from March, April, May, the prices were very low. And it is only in June it started to pick up a little, and then in July now, for example, you have a price of around 360 rupees plus in Tamil Nadu, 375 plus in Kerala, Karnataka also around 360 mark, Maharashtra around 330, 340, and even Andhra around 300, 320 rupees mark. Now, with the costs that are prevailing today, and with the volumes that are going into the marketplace, these prices need to go up, and I think they will. The question of how much the prices will move up by will be dictated by the market. But another 15, 20 rupees, easily prices can go up.
Mr. Srinivasan, this is a bit confusing, sir. You just elaborated so well that the country is reeling under capacity utilization, 66% utilization, which means 33% is going begging, and you are still speaking of price hikes.
You see, the reason is you cannot see the basic fundamental point here is you cannot sell below your costs. The costs will depend also on the volume. If your volumes are very high, your costs come down, and therefore you could afford lower prices. When you're not able to sell, and when you're running two shifts, you need a certain minimum cost, price for your product. Why should you sell your product at a price that is below your cost, overall costs? And all costs have gone up, including even interest rates have gone up. Costs of all other, costs of transportation have gone up so high. So it's a question of overall what does it cost you to produce that cement?
So
That's how one should look at it.
logically, in market economy situations, in perfect competition situations, this would mean that uneconomic plants will get bought over or will at least close down. Why is that not happening here? How is it that cement guys are able to keep prices higher?
No, that is theoretical. You see, when you say a plant closes down, then what do you do with the people working there? See, it is not, we are not operating in a system like in other Western countries, other countries where there is a lot of freedom, where you can just close a plant, people go out of work. And here, not only the plants, you have lenders. So I think the system is such that whether a plant is economic or not is different. The fact is that when you have overcapacity, this happens, but it's a matter of time, according to me. And it's not too far away that you will find that capacity utilizations will improve. In fact, as it is, the capacity utilization of the cement industry this year is much higher than last year.
Okay.
And going forward, I think this will improve.
Okay. Mr. Srinivasan, let's talk about the balance sheet now. You have a debt of around 3,300 crores on your books. What is the plan that India Cements has put in place to reduce debt? Where could it be by the end of, say, next year? And how much is your land bank currently and how much are you looking to sell?
I lost you there. I couldn't hear you fully. But as far as India Cement is concerned, I think that the worst is over in the sense of we went through a bad patch, low prices also. But now, going forward, we see slightly improved capacity utilization.
No, sir, I'm not asking you about your P&L. If you can hear me, I'm asking you about the debt situation. How much you plan to reduce your debt by, and how much is the land bank that you have currently that you're looking to sell?
See, this is price sensitive. If you say how much, on the land bank, all I can say is that going forward, definitely we have plans to reduce our debt, and which will take place also on the back of better earnings in the future.
So I can't resist asking you this question. Over the past week or two, I have almost wept when I've watched television and watched the Indian cricket team play. How should we recast domestic cricket to refurbish Indian Test cricket? And do you think IPL is the culprit to destroy Test cricket the way it has gone?
See, you must understand that I have stepped aside as president of BCCI. So if I answer that question, some people can say that I'm still functioning. But offline, without reference to the BCCI, I can have, as a cricket enthusiast, I may have a view, but I can't express it on the air.
All right, sir, we will take it offline. But it wasn't a very pretty picture at all. Yesterday was almost a tearful
I don't think anybody is happy.
All right, we'll leave it at that, Mr. Srinivasan. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.